When modifying your car, there is a lot of stuff to think about. And I will tell you what these things are in this video. To get an idea of how the tuning is working, you need to understand that your car is working as one system that includes the engines, tires, the chassis, everything. So you need to balance it. Just as an example, when you make your car go faster, you should also upgrade your brakes so you don't crash. This basically works after Newton's third law of physics, that every action has a reaction to it. Whatever you are modding, something else is gonna be affected by it. I basically mentioned this to sound smart, but it's still true. So you should really choose what you want to modify. Do you want to do cosmetic stuff like maybe changing your wheels? Do you want to go on performance and add a turbocharger or something? Or maybe you just want to stay in the interior and maybe change your seats. So you absolutely need to research what support mods you need to make the stuff work that you want to do. Just as another example, when you are turbocharging your car, you also need a new intercooler, different hoses and sensors. And depending on the turbo kit that you bought, you might need to buy these things separately. So just make a list with all the parts that you need and their prices, because you should know what you are doing. But I'm not saying that you need to, because then half of the fun is gone. And when you make a list like that, you should be prepared that there are a lot of different mods out there. You can get anything from just wheels and tires, to completely changing engine parts, forced induction systems, pure rate reduction, and just so many more. So really think about the choices you make here. And when you know what parts you need, you should make sure you have the right tools and enough space to work on your car. Also get yourself some help around. Maybe some friends, neighbors, your parents or your siblings. Just somebody that is into cars. It's gonna be so much more fun working together. So when it is actually about buying the car parts, you should be careful on what you cheap out here. I know it's very cool to save money on car parts, but it's not worth it on everything. Yet as another example, you shouldn't buy the garage tune that some kid charges you 20 bucks for. This might kill you and your car. Instead you should bring a car to a professional tuning shop and let them dyno your car properly. It will be more safe, more reliable, and you can actually see the performance gain. And it might not even kill you as long as you can handle the power! But in some cases it's totally fine to cheap out. For example with body kits. You don't need to spend a few $1,000 on a kit, you can instead get a cheaper one for a few hundred. It's of course going to fit worse than the more expensive one, but therefore it's way cheaper. Also with things like air filters, you can just get them from your local parts store. Just to quickly sum this up, you should buy the better options for the very important parts. Those are the ones that suffer from a lot of pressure and force. So pretty much most of your engine. But then you can cheap out on the semi-important parts. They suffer from less hardcore usage, like maybe your bumper, diffuser or filters. The easiest way to cheap out on parts is to buy them used. Another option is to buy parts without the rebranding of the manufacturer. This works for example with Porsche and Audi because they use a lot of Volkswagen parts. And in very few cases you can even make the parts yourself. And when it's actually up to building the car, you can do most of the modifications on your own. Just watch some tutorials on YouTube or maybe just ask in some groups or forums on Reddit or somewhere else. It really is possible, and I as a 16-year-old know that by experience. I've been working on cars with my dad and grandpa, and as long as somebody knows what to do, it is really not that hard. But you should always be aware that there might be some problems on your car. You never know what kind of damage you might find until you see it. Or maybe you just break something yourself as you are working on your car. Or somebody installed something the wrong way. Or you just completely forget about a part. So working on cars is a whole lot of fun, but there is definitely some risk to it. So if you really want to start and modify your car to however you want it to be, you should really take the time to do it. Don't stress out about it. It's supposed to be fun. So if you do so, please comment down below what you are actually doing and what you are working on. And I really wish you good luck with the build and a lot of fun. As well as no oil leaks.